Greetings, greetings, greetings. Thank you for choosing the flowering for this pick a card reading. Today's pick a card is the return of the ex. So, if you've been waiting to see if you are going to be able to reconcile with your beloved, whether that be a twin flame, a soulmate, or just somebody that you just want to connect with again, you're going to pick 1, 2, or 3, and we're going to dive in and see kind of what their current energy is. And a few questions we're going to ask, but ultimately we're going to look at what they're bringing back with them, what you guys are still going to need to work on, and then advice moving forward, okay? Yeah, just a moment for housekeeping. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Always feel free to share your stories in the comments. I love to read them, and they are very helpful for me in expanding my knowledge of the tarot and oracle work that I'm doing. Also, I just like sharing with you guys, and I like hearing what you want to share with me. So, without further ado, I have a couple things that I need to share, intuitive pickups that I got while I was meditating. So, the first one, the Jehovah's Witness some gentlemen came by and they brought me this invitation to a convention that's going on. I loved that message, and since we're in the 3-year, it pointed out, it's like you're invited to take part in a love that truly never fails. You know what I mean? So some of your partners, exes, are just thinking about the fact that just because the relationship ended doesn't mean that the love died, okay? So some of you, that's significant. I also feel like the number 3 is significant. So for some of you, this is a realization that was just made, like last month, maybe in March. I said last month, but this is May now, but in March. Also feel like that this year will be the year that it's proven to you that love never fails, okay? All right. The other messages, I know I said they were intuitive, but I was getting ready for the reading and things just started like falling all over the place. So I just wanted to share everything that came. This fortune cookie message, okay? It says the best way to get rid of an enemy is to make him a friend. All right, so for some of you, you have a karmic in your situation, and this could be a karmic partner or just a karmic that is interfering with your connection. And it feels like this person, their whole plan or the way that they wanted to play this out was to become your friend and then, basically use whatever they got to know you in order to come between this situation. This feels like it was a friend of the other person. So you were moving into their circle of friends, and someone in particular kind of like wanted to connect with you in a way just to show that you weren't as good as you looked, or just like as good as it seemed. It's 11:33 right now. That's a significant number for someone. All right, so the best way to get rid of an enemy is to make him your friend. And I honestly feel like continue to show love and compassion for these people, but take no shit, okay? Because ultimately, if they are manipulating you, then you have the right to defend yourself or stand up for yourself. The next message is, now is a good time to try something new. So for some of you, I don't get the feeling that this is telling you that you shouldn't wait on this person, but I feel like this is saying that while you're waiting, go explore. I feel like anyone who resonates with this message could potentially end up meeting someone or experiencing something new to where they don't even know that what they're waiting for, or this person that they're checking up on, is someone that they're even interested in anymore. So that's that. There were some songs. Timothy Bloom, Till the End of Time. That song, please look it up. I'll have the links in the description box after I get this uploaded. But that song, basically, the man and woman are agreeing that they commit to the legacy that they're going to build together. Okay, the woman she specifically, and what stood out to me was she specifically told him to plant his seed inside of her forever and ever and ever. And his words are, I want you to remember me. I want you to remember me. I want you to remember me. Now I took that two ways, very loving way, first of all. But then on the other hand, there was something there that someone could have potentially put some type of spell work to keep you fixated on a person, okay? They wanted to keep you fixated on either them. So if this is your karmic partner whom you think is someone you want, they could have put a spell on you to keep you fixated on them while they move on. It's like a childish game, all right? They put this on you so you're fixated while they moved on, and they can continue to say that you were just crazy, or that you were stalking them, or whatever they're saying, all right? So two messages for that song. The next song was Female Energy by Willow Smith, okay? There's a part in there, she says, whatever. Then she goes on to say that basically how you feel is not my problem. It's really out of my control. So for that one, there's a message that everybody has to be in control of their own stuff. And I feel like the message that's coming down from your partner that you're checking in on is that they're coming to the realization that there were a lot of things that were taking place that was them. You know what I mean? There were things that they were dismissing you and dismissing your feelings and saying, well, I can't really control that. You know, all I can do is move on. And ultimately there was just this kind of like snootiness about it, if that makes sense. But the female energy is also saying that the divine masculine is being infused with that, and a lot of them are finally coming to balance, or finding balance there with their masculine and feminine energies within. And then I haven't even heard this song, but it was there and it caught my attention, but it's by The Internet and it's called Hold On. All right, I have never listened to it, but it just showed up when I was looking. So, and then the last one by a duo named Oshun, called My World. And in there's lyrics that say, I know our friends, they all gonna flame us. Basically, they're saying that I know our friends are gonna talk about us, and I know our friends are not gonna understand what this is. Friends, family, people around us are not gonna be able to make sense of what we know to be true within us, okay? And within this connection. So for that one, My World, I feel like it's a dope song. You guys should go listen to it. But yeah, I just feel like the message is that, you know, if we can connect and we can come into agreement that this is what we're going to do, really doesn't matter what anybody else has to say. Like, we can expect people to have things to say. Okay. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me if you did. And I'm going to go ahead and get into the 3 piles here. So for group 1, all right, group 1. So what is their current energy? What is your ex's current energy? 4 of Swords and Queen of Swords. Wow. So immediate message is that what they have just gone through, they are recovering, okay? And part of their recovery, so someone betrayed them. Someone betrayed them, and I want to say that it's in a similar fashion to how if you were betrayed then by them, then it's a similar fashion, okay? Some type of secrecy, or, you know, just secrecy, period. I think manipulation when it comes to your way of seeing a situation, okay? Or their way of seeing a situation. The way I'm seeing this, though, is that someone has betrayed your partner, and it's helping them to get a clearer view or understanding about the behaviors that they not only committed towards you, but towards people in the past, all right? So they're thinking about this one experience that's taking place now, but it's reminding them of you and then the last few times that this same type of thing has taken place, but they were on the giving end of it, okay? Now they're on the receiving end. So what this is doing is it's at making them question their own loyalty, because I feel as if this was a question of loyalty that they've held, okay? Probably tied to some type of old pain or hurt, something about abandonment maybe. All right, so this person feels like someone who would just want to have that person there because they won't leave. Does that make sense? So like someone who just won't leave, even if they're miserable, they would rather have them there instead of not, okay? So, wow, there's a lot going on in this person's energy right now. They are basically reflecting on not just what's happening to them, but how that's tied to everything else. Basically, their perspective is being broadened ridiculously. There's lots of things that are being cleared up for them about their own behaviors, their own ways of thinking, and where it's led them before. Like, you know, basically it's cyclic. It feels like they just keep coming back to this place. And now they're tired of that. I feel like they have some higher insight. I think there's still a little clouds, but they're finally seeing, feel like they're coming above the clouds. Guys, I want to apologize. I realize that I'm talking really fast. I'm still working to pick up on little things that take place when I'm actually channeling, and I think that is definitely one. Okay. So, for instance, this person definitely has, through their own trial or hurt of some sort, has picked up a higher perspective and is now ready to kind of come out of that haze that they've been in that was keeping them from being able to see the truth, not only of the situation they were in, but the truth of themselves and their behaviors, and then your truth. Like your truth. So, how are they feeling about you? How are they thinking about you, and how are they feeling about you? So, how are they thinking about you is the sun. Okay, man. You know, there's a lot of clarity here. I feel like because I think they're ready to own a lot of this stuff, and they are finally ready. I think they're able to see you without any of the clouds. So the Queen of Swords is that, you know, when you're barely just driving out of any kind of chaos or whatever, and you just decided that you don't want to try to navigate through clouds anymore, when you have a whole sky that's clear as day for you, so you can rise above the drama and conflict. So ultimately, they see you as the sun that's coming after all of this, right? So, and honestly, they feel like you are the illuminated one, okay? The illuminated one. They're hopeful and optimistic, but ultimately I'm going to do a contest one day to see if we can count how many times I say ultimately. But they recognize you as a pure source of everything that you were saying and doing while you two were connected, even up until now, because I feel like even while you have been in separation, this person has used you as a source of inspiration, maybe by watching you on social media or anything like that. I'm hearing too that you've also convicted them multiple times with the things that you share. It's almost like this person feels like you see inside of what they have going on. But they see you as like the usher, like you bring in truth, you bring in light, you bring in wisdom. And even though they were ridiculously attached to whatever else, their past, they now see it. They see it. They knew you were a new way of thinking before, but now they see how it's valuable. Okay, so what can come of that? How it serves them, how you could have served them, or how you do. Because I feel like you still do. You feel like you guys are disconnected, but this person literally feels like you've brought some ushered in light into their life that was gone for so long. How do they feel about you? Sweet William. For some of you, this person's name could be William, okay? Or any variation of that, Bill, William, Willie, okay? The Sweet William flower represents gallantry. Grant me a single smile. Sweet William small has form and aspect bright, like the sweet flower that yields great Jove delights. Honestly, this person feels like you light up their life. Like anytime that they see a photo of you, anytime that they just run across something that even somebody mentions you, there's a light that comes on in them, all right? And You two could be connected by the solar plexus. I feel like when they are worried, you probably feel it in your stomach, and when you are worried, they probably feel it in theirs. Okay. But honestly, they feel like your smile, or just for you to grace their presence, is a blessing. It's a sweetness that's added to their life that they've never experienced it before. And it's funny because they were intoxicated by it once before, and they pull back, you know. And it's funny because what they have experienced that brought them to this understanding was what they feared you would do. So if we're talking Three of Swords, they feared that was what was going to take place with you. They were enamored with you, totally enamored with you, and still are. And I feel like a major fear was that they were going to get hurt, okay? That they were going to be taken advantage of. And also, this person could have felt like they didn't have the ability to care for a family. I feel as if some of you could be single parents, or just already have families that are standing, and this person didn't know if they would be able to add to it, okay? Which is their only goal. They want to add to it. They don't want to take away. So what did this person learn while they were away, group 1? Psychic development. Okay, they learned to trust their intuition. For some of them, they were definitely guided towards you, the sun. They were definitely guided towards you, the swan, the purity, the angelic presence, the sweetness. They were guided towards you. And their solar plexus, their solar plexus, that's why you guys are connected there, okay? Because there's confidence. This person didn't have the confidence to stand up to that fear, first of all. And then I also feel like there was environmental things, so people maybe around them who were talking to them and they didn't trust themselves. So I also feel like where someone may not have ever even believed in psychics or the spirit world or any of that, they could have not believed in it, and now they do. Now you've changed their idea about spirituality, about I guess psychics, about just this world, the other world that they never were a part of, okay? I also feel as if this person, I do feel like some things that you have said have resonated through the roof. So that's why I say they feel like you see them. They feel like you look inside of their life, okay? They acknowledge you as a person whose insight can be trusted. So what they learned was that this is real, that they can follow their nudges, you know, they don't have to, that what they felt initially was right, honestly, and that they need to trust it. 5 is the number of change, and I honestly feel like they had to change their relationship with the spirit world. They had to change even the way that they relate to people, because honestly, psychic development, for this is another thing that's coming up, is like they have learned that people cannot read their freaking minds all the time. Now some of us can, but they've learned that it's more beneficial to speak rather than to allow things to just be, I don't know, to allow people to come to their own understanding of things. Sometimes you have to say what something is so that there is a clear understanding about it, okay? All right, so what's still going to need work if you two come back together? Stripping of the illusions, okay? I do feel like there's still going to be some work here. Some people you guys are going to be sharing your truths, and honestly, where this person has learned to trust their gut, there's still some growth that they need when it comes to expressing things, sharing what their real truth is. This person, this right here is a 9. There's an end of a cycle when it comes to accepting yourself. So this is maybe you and this other person, but I feel that there's some deep diving, you know, that's still going to be done. And I mean, I feel like if you guys reconcile, which this is not necessarily a will that happen type of reading, even though I'm going to look at where is this leading, all right, next. But it just feels like, come together or not, there's some things that are revealed, some illusions that fall away that will be gone forever, and amen to that, right? Stripping illusions. I also feel like what you guys are going to do together is you might stand up to some folks who were spreading rumors or whatever. You might take a stance against these people as a unit, you know, together. Because I think you two share familial trauma. You know, there's a thing in common that you have. So if you both have dealt with sexuality, you know, maybe abuse, things like that, then there's still some things that you are going to be able to support each other in while you guys heal that part. All right. So where is this leading? Let's get 3 cards. Politics, creativity, and the King of... Is it the King of Cups? I always forget these. I feel like that's the King of Cups. Let me find out. Either way, this feels like it has the potential. It has the potential to be healed and to grow into a very mature, balanced connection. Yeah, that's the King of Cups, and he's in reverse. So we have to figure out some creative ways to express ourselves emotionally, okay? I do feel that how this plays out is that there are some things identified, some trickery even that's identified, and I don't feel like it's outside of you. I feel like it's skin that you have to let go of, that you got to put off of you. Like the same little list of qualifications or characteristics that you've been sharing for the last 10 years is like played out, and actually it's just a lie at this point. I'm saying this to you, but you know, this is shared energy. So wherever this plays out, the masks have to come off, and we have to come into this place of really accepting just how bountiful, how expressive, how colorful we really are. So there's some identity things here that still have to be worked out. When it comes to where is it heading? Well, may I have one more card, please? What I'll say is that because there are still some things that have to be worked through, I don't think it's intentional that further hurt would take place. But I think that, can you please clarify the healing card? All right, courage, harmony, and aloneness. All right, so, okay, there is... Someone has to explore being alone and have in their happiness when they're alone. All of these are solitary. So someone needs to explore that. So you could come back together, but I think there's still some more time apart that might be needed. But after this time apart, which you probably... You know, I feel like you don't even know that this is what happened. So right now, I feel like this person has already kind of gone through this, or already positioned themselves in this place to be by themselves. Obviously, with the 4 of Swords up here. How this plays out is they spend some time by themselves to find their own happiness. Honestly. That's all I'm picking up for right now. So who knows what may come in the future, but right now, this person is trying to focus in on their own fulfillment. You know, I think this person has often sought outwardly for that, which we've all kind of been guilty of before. But this person is definitely going within. They're retreating so that they can almost like devise a plan. I see this sword here, like devise a plan. What's the advice for group 1? Daring. Find your voice and use it, nice and loud, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. If you don't use it now, nothing will change. Okay, I feel like in this situation, okay, so being very honest and clear in this, because it does feel like if you don't express yourself with the King of Cups in reverse, if you don't express yourself authentically and truthfully, then this can continue. This can continue, and you will have to start a cycle of kind of like, again, of trying to find your worth reflecting on self, you know, if you don't stand up for self. So self-love by expressing what you want, what you need, what you want to accept. That's kind of what's needed here. Don't be afraid to point out in the ways in which you felt deceived or hurt. Don't be afraid to point it out when it's time to have these conversations. So what's the rest of the advice? Have confidence and Sleeping Beauty's dreams. Okay, this is great. Okay, so I know right here I said that this could stop for some time alone, and I still feel like that could happen. But I feel though that this if not even this, but your dreams, your desire for this situation definitely comes through if you can be truthful to yourself, meaning that if it comes back around, you don't rush just to have it, but you make sure that you set the foundation. The two of you make sure that you set the foundation not to be back at this place again. You know, I mean, I guess we can't avoid what we don't know, but it just feels like there is you just have to trust that this is all healing and that everything is falling into place so that you can have this 10 of cups. All right, because this connection is a very strong, deep spiritual connection, and it just, and I think that was highlighted as well with the psychic development card, the way that this person, I think I pointed out that this person might have put a spell on somebody. I don't know if I said that with this group, but that's going to be experienced to where they let you know that there's some kind of switch on your intuition that they did. So you're asking questions and your guidance is giving you opposite answers. Wow. Anyway, that's crazy. Group 1, I feel like that was super scattered, but I think that you're getting what you're supposed to get. This dream that you thought that this person thought that there was a dream that they were going to fulfill when they walked away from you or when you walked away from them. It did not get fulfilled. You know, I feel like with this 3 here, and it's taking me back to the 3 of Swords as well. That person's dream that they set out to accomplish outside of you, it wasn't fulfilled, and it was kind of like overrun by thorns and drama and chaos, right? Really. But for you, I feel the message or the communication that's coming through is just have confidence that what you set out for is that what you are trying to attract is coming. All right, guys, please forgive me. Excuse me. Thank you guys so much. All right, group 1. I feel a sense of urgency right now when I came back. So that's for someone. Sense of urgency. For group 2. Group 2. Wow, group 1, I really took that long, didn't I? I'm okay with it, if you're okay with it. All right, Return of the Ex. What is their current energy? Emperor. And the Pentacle, Ace of Pentacles. All right. This person is feeling really lucky right now. This person is feeling, this person is invested. This person has acquired some type of freedom when it comes to finances, okay? Or they think that they found the answer or the key to their financial issues, or whatever issues they were having with while you knew them. For some of you, it's health too. Some of you, they have found something that's going to help them get things back into order with their body. Others of you, this could be obviously an Aries, but I feel that this person is ready to make magic, okay? They are ready to make magic. Ready to offer you magic, okay? So something that they've done has yielded something that they can now offer to you. For some, they have literally found out some type of origin that they have, some type of, I guess I said origin, their ancestry. Some of them have connected to that, and there may be some type of something that comes, so like a benefit or something, even back pay, that feels like. I'm hearing somewhere that somebody was underpaid unknowingly, and then they find out, and then it's paid out to them. Somebody found something, like was digging something. Someone found something like I heard oil. Well, all right, but something along those lines, some type of mineral, crystals, or something that you found. Not you, but your partner. Maybe you two, whatever. You guys know the deal. But it just feels like something this person found something, mound of paperwork, I just heard. So they found some document or something that they needed to bring in something for themselves so they can offer you this pinnacle. Wow, okay. I just heard like somebody finds their birth certificate, reads their birth certificate, and their name is not their name, like, so then it starts these questions. So there's this something that was figured out, and it doesn't feel like it's just a small thing. It feels like something that really was a pillar for them. So like finding out that their dad wasn't their dad, or you know what I mean? Just these different types of things that serve or that feed into your sense of self, your sense of being, before you're able to kind of connect and reach out and give something to someone else. This person's steps right now are very calculated too, I think, based on, I heard a lack of trust. So there's some family stuff that's being revealed for this person, and it was very deep. Like, it's deep. I mean, it's not a small thing. I don't know why I just heard this in my mind, but that's crazy. This is like finding out that one of your best friends in school is actually like, has actually been in love with your mama your whole life, or like wants to marry your mama or something. Like, this is random, like some real random stuff, but and that was a bad explanation, but like, say you found out that your homeboy that you went to school with all the time was actually your brother, and now you got to go figure out who your daddy is. That type of stuff. That's what I mean. But this person does feel powerful. This person does feel like they have kind of like, things under control in their environment. I don't feel like they're talking to a lot of people. They're being very wise, keeping things close to the chest, about what they want to do next, or where they're even at. Nobody really knows. And I think they're being very careful with their words and their movements right now, because I think that there's something about, if they were to do something a certain way or say something, it would trigger the situation, and whatever gift, money, because it could be an inheritance or something like that, a home, something. If they're not careful, the people who are giving it to them might renege it's like it comes with some type of attachment. And not in a bad way. It just feels like the person has to stick to the terms of something before they can have this thing, or in order for this thing to be theirs. And of course it has to be theirs before they can come and offer it to you as part of a package, right? So this person definitely is feeling like stable. They're feeling like some things have started to pick up for them, and that some of the things, that the seeds that they have planted are now just not necessarily just flowering, but are now kind of like strong enough to plant into the ground. So you can take them from the pot to the ground. So whatever this person is doing, thinking with inside of themselves, you know, it's like they're finally feeling like it's healthy enough or grown enough to take it and then replant it somewhere else, right? Also, this person is feeling like they're the master or the emperor, the power in their own life. So that's also something that they could be experiencing right now, is the urge or the desire to set up shop of their own. This person probably lives, you know, probably does have their own home, on their own place to live, but it just feels that there's some type of attachment there, or some reliance on something else. So this person is trying to not figure out, because the resources they have now, but it just seems like they're moving towards moving out of the flower pot, which would be mama's house or where the homies stay or whatever, and planting themselves somewhere else to see what they can grow if they take themselves to different soil. That's actually a very beautiful message. They're trying to figure out where they are going to create home now. This person is trying to figure out where they want to create home now. They want to offer you a sense of stability, likely. All right, moving on. How are they feeling and thinking? How are they thinking? 9 of Wands, which definitely lets me know they're tired. They're tired of just only getting little sprouts, you know. I feel like this person could get money from somewhere, like a parent's, what's it, like trust funds, where they keep an account with funds in it for that person. So this person could totally be like a trust fund baby, or just come from a family where finances are pretty flowing, and you know, the parents are able to continue to help them. This person doesn't seem like a very young person, but they do feel like what they're getting is keeping them from their higher potential, right? So the 9 of Wands has all these little sprouts of leaves, you know, just little sproutlings on them. And I feel that this person is saying, all the work that I do, or all the things that I give up, you know, of my own, to be a part of this unit, to be accepted, to be loved, to be seen as the good daughter, the good son. And I still feel like I'm not even tapping in even remotely to who I'm supposed to be as a person. So I'm working really hard at being a son, you know, a brother, a cousin, all these things, and friend, but it's still only benefiting me very little. Okay, and that's not a selfish thing to think about. This is to think about all the action, effort, energy, passion that you put into your roles in life, and this is your partner, remember, into your roles in life, and then you think, well, what is it giving back? Okay, and what is it really doing to teach me about myself? Because I'm just kind of playing over a routine or set of actions that I've been doing since I was like 12 or 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is feminine energy. So this is talking about your relationship with your mother, more than likely. Probably the same sex parent as you. So if you're a male, your dad. I feel like it's feminine energy here. There's a authenticity, self-acceptance, self-love, honoring your own self and your own choices energy here. So this person is learning that. I also feel like when they're thinking about you, they're thinking about all that you did give. So this is honestly, the 9 of Wands here is actually a representation of you and how they see you. They think that you're tired. I mean, they feel like you're deserving of like a hand up, okay? You know, and I know as a romantic partner, you don't really want to have your partner thinking of you that way, but it's just like you deserve everything and then some, okay? So this person has decided they want to create this thing. It's part of this self-realization about needing to uproot and replant somewhere else is because of you. You know, they want you to give you everything you deserve. And going back, I don't feel like they feel as if they're going to be able to give it to you if they stay in the same place that they're in. This could be just like their hometown or something like that. But I guess hometown love is not enough no more, is what I'm feeling. So what do they feel towards you? Love at first sight and proud spirit. When I saw you, I fell in love, and you smiled because you knew. That's William Shakespeare. So, Gloxinia? That's a beautiful flower. And it has a yellow butterfly. That's optimism, good fortune, right? I feel like the butterfly is the pinnacle. So this person definitely feels like they feel towards you a love that's not died. You know, it's like the wounded healer. They'll keep going, they keep going, they keep going. But for you, they see you as tired, as you've been tossed and turned every which way, and all you've been doing is trying to find happiness, all right? Trying to find self, honestly, because there really feels like that. But they feel like they're in love with you. They have been since they saw you the very first time. This person is working through childhood traumas. I said that before, but this person questioned themselves. They ask themselves a lot if what they felt when they met you was real. They ask if it was real, if it's going to be worth it, you know, if they can trust it. Like, this person is used to counting on what they can see, you know. It doesn't feel like they're spiritually devoid or anything, but it just feels as if they are more focused on now and this. 12/12 is the time right now. That's going to be beneficial for someone. But they feel like you're so beautiful. Honestly, they just feel like you've gone through so much, and they would love to be and serve as a source of joy for you. This person is thinking very practically, okay? Again, this goes into feminine energy. So this person wants to nurture you. They want to take care of you. They want to just pour all over you all the beauty that you've been granting to everyone else in your life. They feel like you're deserving of it. They want to take your load off. And it won't be very much for them. I think once they separate from whatever kind of pops back up in their mind to deter them every now and then, they'll be able to kind of move forward with you. For some of you, you might go to the mountains. And I heard Colorado. This person could be building a business of sorts. They have land that they are growing, so this person could be in type of horticulture, or they could be just a grower, you know, like cannabis. Either way, there's something about going to the mountains here to get away from the toxicity that exists wherever they are. This staleness, because it just doesn't feel like it's soup. There might still be people talking, but I feel like ultimately this person just feels stuck. Like, they feel stuck, that they can't progress, and if they try to, the noises of everybody else's opinions are going to stop them again. So this person wants to just listen to their own counsel and join with you. This person could also be controlled by somebody too who has the money. I think I said that with a parent, but it could be someone else as well in their environment. They have to tread lightly, carefully. All right, so what did this person learn while they were away? Feminine energy, I'm telling you, creativity. Okay. Oh, Um, it's not creativity. What it is they have learned how pouring into multiple cups can create, especially if you are not balanced and have truly clear and positive intention and motive. If you're not there in that place and you're trying to pour into different cups, okay, let me give you an example. This is a polygamist. This is a male or female who wants to have multiple partners, but is doing so out of lower based energy. So it's not about nation building or, communal living or anything like that. It's about sex, okay, and control and domination. That's what this is about. So this person learned about that imbalance, about pouring into multiple cups and how it causes a sense of anxiety and dissension and a burden, almost like it's a burden if you're trying to do all those extra things. I also feel like this person connected with a childhood wound that could have been related to their father. If it's tied to the father, it's abandonment. And I'm not just being stereotypical, that's just what I'm hearing. And then if it's tied to the mother, it's some type of self-esteem or sexual, not sexual abuse, but it's just some type of sexual, guilt or blame that was put onto you. And this person is realizing that there are creative ways, there are other ways even that I can express myself sexually. Also, I feel like this person has probably had some type of epiphany about the use of their sexual energy for creative endeavors. That's very specific, but this person probably learned this and is learning how to manifest with their sexual energy, or how conserving their sexual energy allows their creativity to peak. This person is something there about wasting their energy with multiple partners rather than staying with one partner and or just fewer partners, whatever your dynamic says, but just how limiting that and doing it with more intention creates a better flow of energy, I guess. So what will still need work? Teaching, 5. Okay, the behavioral changes, the actual physical integration of the situation. So this person is still they don't know how to build a family. They don't know how to be a leader of a family. This person doesn't even know their own capabilities, and I think they're still going to be learning. So while you two are connected, male or female, whoever carries the more feminine energy is still going to be teaching. And I feel that this person will surrender to that, but I think it will be from their own resolve. Like, it'll be their own decision because of what they have learned, all right? That they will kind of surrender to the wisdom of their feminine counterpart or their own feminine energy, their emotions, right? So this person is probably still learning how to honor their emotions when they come back. And I think for you, there will be, between the two of you, there will be a need to find creative ways. I'm hearing for some of you, you might have to get a notebook and write out your feelings. Whenever something's triggering you to, you might need to write it and just leave it out for the other person to read. And then they do the same thing in return, okay, when they have something they need to get off their chest. So it looks like creative ways to kind of deal with things that are deep, honestly. They seem deep. And acorns. I don't know what acorns means. Some of you have acorn savings accounts. Maybe you need to check that. Yeah. Yeah, this person's still you guys are gonna be learning how to grow a family together. And for some, you might enter into a polygamist or polyamorous relationship. Just saying, you might enter into a relationship like that. I think there may be some understanding that the two of you come to about, like, you may come to a clear intention about what it is that we're doing. Like, are we growing? What are we doing? Are we just trying to have some babies? Are we about to grow a nation? I mean, do you need more than one person to love? Like, there's a whole lot of questions that are going to take place here. And I think that it's going to take some maturity for sure. Change in the way I teach someone how to take care of me, how to love me, you know. Some people for group 2, there was getting back at, there was like little childishness when it came to trying to teach someone something. So if I'm trying to teach you how to love me, honestly, the best way to do that is to love myself. So when you're doing things that don't resonate or they're not nice and don't feel good, I have to step away. But when we are being kind of like childish, we will intentionally do things or set things up so that this person can feel what that feels like, type of stuff. So there's definitely some teaching when it comes to a change in how and this is a legacy too. So how I lost it, so we're gonna move on. Yeah, so this person's gonna still be like learning how to water a relationship and really grow it and nurture it, because I don't feel like this person, although they have been committed to people before, I don't feel like this person has truly nurtured and cared for a connection before. Like flowing, you know what I mean? Like I feel like this person has been in connections, but one person was controlling the other person always. There was always one person's way or the other person's way. And now I think that there is a balancing act. So this is a coming into connection with the divine. Both people being in connection with the divine source. This is twin flames. Didn't even see that before. Two people receiving insight from the divine, from source, so that they keep this dynamic trifecta going, and then growth, expansion, abundance grows. This person also, especially if you identify with the twin flame dynamic, this person also doesn't feel like they have anything to give or teach or provide to people, okay? So if you are a feminine, you may already be working in your divine calling or purpose, and this person is like, well, shit, how am I gonna match? Like, how am I gonna come in and teach anybody anything about being a good person? All right, where is this leading? Knight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and New Vision, okay? All right, if we rush, if we allow anger to take over and to control our thoughts in the way that we express ourselves, then there's no win here. However, if we can adopt this new perspective and surrender to the position that we're being put in or the discomfort that we experience, if we can do that, then we can have success. But what I'm seeing is that what am I seeing, Spirit? Honestly, I feel like this is someone being stuck in the fact that they didn't see it or didn't catch it. But how does this play out, or where is this leading? Someone rushes in to see a change, to offer something here, to offer some truth, to reveal true feelings, that they were basically in love for me from the beginning, and that my pride stopped me from really pouring into you when you were pouring into me. Like, my pride made me reject the love and the nurturing that you were giving to me, the home that you had created for me. Okay, so basically an explanation is coming Where is this leading? An explanation. An apology even, okay? And an understanding now that everything had to be turned upside down so that I would be pushed to come forward. So one of the two of you are going to feel that way. But for some, this won't grow any further because someone has chosen to keep anger over adopting the new, what has been trying to be being revealed to them this whole time. Someone is deciding to stay angry instead of adopting a more suitable attitude, like a new perspective that can grow this connection, that can grow, not even this connection, but can grow the situation, period. Can heal it, can make it more fertile. It is more fertile, but look how these clouds are fighting. So for some of you, there's some energy clearing that's needed. Some of you need to clear energy because something is not suitable. Somebody need to go ahead and hurry up and freaking move, because you know that ain't no change going to take place in this environment or in this situation, because there's too much smoke and clouds and drama and fighting and other people's stuff in it. And it's frustrating you. It's slowing you down. Wow. Okay. It is slowing you down. So the perspective that you, wow. Okay. I'm sorry. The outcome or where this is going, it just feels like there's going to be complete depletion before someone can turn around and see what's taking place. I don't know who this is for, so maybe it's with the mom or the dad or whoever the controlling party is or whoever the alliance is built with and they don't want to walk away from. I honestly feel like it's a father who abandoned, and then now as an adult they are able to have a relationship with this person, but it's still not a healthy one per se. And there's going to be something here about this person's perspective that was put onto this relationship. This person is going to realize that whatever that person recommended, which could have been a polyamorous or multiple partner lifestyle, whatever this person recommended, your partner is realizing that it don't work for them. It's not good for them. That's not what they want. This is not what they want. Okay, let me move on. What advice? Frustration. Wow. This is definitely this card right here. Your frustration is not a waste of energy if it is channeled positively to create a better outcome for yourself. Embrace frustration and work with it, not against it. Again, this person is realizing that something in their environment, something that they believed in, they betrayed themselves by their dedication and commitment to that thing. They've betrayed themselves and they are highly frustrated. This feels like other people definitely had their hands in something, and this person, your person, didn't necessarily know the extent of it. But you know, embrace the frustration. Don't let it cause further calamity in your environment. Because the frustration is telling you that there's angst, that there is dis-ease, okay? That there is something that you need, because frustration is something, I feel like it's a victim quality. You know what I mean? Because if I'm frustrated and I allow that to spiral, now I become a victim. But if I feel frustration and then realize that frustration came to signal that this is really something that I need to clear now. I need to clear this now. Frustration comes when something needs to be cleared now. Okay? All right. Wonderful. Sometimes being too cautious is just an excuse for being afraid to take risks and move forward. Don't use this as your excuse to miss out on something amazing. I feel like this is another thing. This person, their frustration with this whole thing, with themselves, with how they allow themselves to kind of be manipulated into someone else's way of thinking. Also, this person felt like they allowed their own carnal desires, which are caused by some childhood trauma, okay, to control their way of being or to paint this picture of a future that they want, which is totally irrelevant. So if they're seeking out the most pretty girl, then I think they're acknowledging the fact that, damn, I don't think I'm that cute. You know what I'm saying? So there's something there with self, okay? And also, there was a certain level of fear that this person felt taking another route. This person thought that it was because of, they thought it was because it was a challenge. Like they thought that it was meant for them to overcome. But I think they're going to realize that there was something being indicated there for them, okay? Basically about what they moved forward to. Now, on the other end, this person thought that something was too good to be true. And I think that the advice is that this is not too good to be true. Like, if you feel frustrated, you may be feeling that because it's time for you to take action and stop thinking about stuff. So you might just need to move forward with one course of action. Frustration will fall away because you will have chosen something. You know, the frustration comes from not choosing. Okay, not choosing, from giving your power away, all these different things. Okay, so advice: don't think it so much that you basically frustrate or confuse yourself. Try to act on that impulse. Try to act on it, especially if that's not a normal behavior for you. Okay, because I'm telling you that there's a shift in perspective that this person or you need to have so that this can be healed. What's the advice? Fresh air and the art of seduction. Ooh. Yes. This person is frustrated with their current environment. This person is tired. They're fed up with the way things have been going for them. And they're like, it's basically like, am I insane? I'm going insane. Because in their mind, or in your mind, you're thinking, I keep running into the same type of situation. You need a new environment. And a new environment is going to be very helpful. I feel like the art of seduction, red roses or red petally flowers are going to be significant. I heard hibiscus, but that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking I don't know the other flower name. I can't think of it. But it's tons of petals, and it's not necessarily a rose, but it's just like lots of petals, lots of flat petals. I guess they're all flat. Anyway, okay. When it comes to the art of seduction as advice, I feel like trust that what you feel this time is new. You don't have to worry about being tricked. You don't have to worry about being confused. The advice is go into a new environment. And I mean, I'm telling you directly, but even as a couple, go into this new environment and allow it to literally seduce new ways of thinking out of your being, okay? And I feel like that's literally exactly what's going to take place for some of y'all. For some of y'all, y'all going to come in and there's going to be this fresh energy on a situation, and you're going to be asked to embrace it. Like, allow yourself to be pulled into it, okay? I apologize, guys. So you may just need to take on a new perspective. Make sure that this new perspective is one that really... Yeah, some of you need energy clearing too. Some of you need energy clearing so that you can draw in more romantic attention. This person too, I feel like also take on a new perspective about the way that your advances have been treated in the past. Some of you feel like, oh my God, they ignored me, they abandoned me, da 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 da. Okay, so it's time for you to really transcend that with these purple ass wings. That's higher thinking. So transcend that. Of course, there's something for you. You need to take on a compassionate understanding that this person is working through something. They were working through some childhood things when it came to probably sex and their relationships with women, period, or women with the opposite sex, period. So the advice for you is to serve as that breath of fresh air that allows for some acceptance, okay, in a situation. This person is going to need an influx. They're going to need playfulness. They're going to need all of this, okay? Playfulness, so that they can recapture this energy. And I feel like you will be exuding this or feeding to this a little bit in some way, okay? For you to clarify your intention, clarify your intention, clear the air with this person. That's what's going to happen. Allow for the air to be cleared. Make sure that you are receptive, compassionate, and a forgiving energy, because we don't necessarily know what's going to come forward. But I think that this fresh air represents a new home as well. I think. There's something here with kids, you know, I think change of the environment, 5, change of the environment. Yep, that's that. Okay. Thanks, group 2. And group 3. Return of the Ex. What is their current energy? 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, remorseful, cocky, then remorseful. I think this person is focused on the spoils of war, okay? They're looking back at some behaviors, things that they said, even thoughts that they had. Ways that they treated a situation or a person. And they are definitely regretting it. Got 2 5s here, which brings me to a 10. This feeling of regret is basically coming up. They feel empty. I feel like they're having this realization that there's something that they have accomplished, but this behavior, these things that they're thinking on about the way they behaved, or the things that they did, they're thinking about this now that they've gotten to the A10. I don't know which 10 they're at, but they've gotten to A10. And now they're looking. They're tired. They're like, dang, I didn't know this was going to go on this long. Or I didn't think this was going to go this far. Or this was only supposed to be a little joke. It was unnecessary and childish. And now they're thinking about it. They're really, really thinking about it. All the times that they could have said, apologized, rather than just continuing the fight. All the times that they one-upped instead of just coming into agreement. This is what they're thinking about. They're thinking about all the different ways they could have better managed this situation. And gotten to the other side to a peaceful, happy home and connection. Like, they're thinking about all those ways. Instead, they're thinking about all the ways they were thinking with their mind instead of their heart. They're thinking about how envy, this green is spilled here. They're thinking about how envy played into it. How their own stuff, when it comes to their programming or who they believe they are, the people they connect to, they're just thinking about all these little spills that was built on the fact that their sense of being was built on fucking negativity and darkness. My bad. Didn't mean to throw the F-bomb out there so hard. But it happens every now and then for me. But this person definitely cloaked in darkness, right? Over here, they got these mixed signals where it's like, nah, I'm gonna be me. Nah, I'm gonna follow my heart. Nah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have sex with whoever I want to have sex with. So like they got all these mixed energies over here, right? And here they're like cloaked with remorse, with feelings of the past, no sufficient sleep, not knowing what I need. Do I need a man to hold my hand and make me smile? I've been on my independent shit for a while now. That's Oshun Stuck. They're saying, I've been like, even especially if this is a woman too, but as a man or as a masculine, there is this idea that, okay, so I wanted to be on my own. I wanted to be an independent person and just do whatever I wanted to do. And they're like, man, this is lonely. This is depressing. This is not as fulfilling as I thought it was going to be. But because they wanted this singlehood so bad, or freedom to do whatever they chose so badly, they did something. They said something. They did something here to someone, to you probably. But they're remorseful. They're remorseful because I honestly think that they're thinking about where it could have gone, this path that they could have taken to happiness. But they got swept up in this little stream. Then it became an ocean. Then they had to fight all of that. And they got wrapped up in it. Drama, some drama. Rumors, everything. Because honestly, I feel like people are walking away from this situation now. And they're like, okay, well, I'm done. And it's just them left with the thoughts of what was said or what was done. So it's like you're in a group chat, something funny happens, y'all create a group chat. Y'all talking about this funny thing. Well, after 2 or 3 days, only 2 people are still in the group chat. And then it's just you. And then after it's just you, now you're thinking about the fact that it's just you again, that this thing or whoever y'all are laughing at, or whoever was the source of humor for the situation, maybe you felt something. Maybe it's not as fulfilling to make fun of people as you think, right? So this person is definitely remorseful about some petty ass actions that they took before, some things that they said or did, how they took away from something that was being built up. This person feels like there was something being built with your connection, but they took more than they were willing to put in. And then somebody said it to them, somebody brought it to their attention, and instead of taking that advice, they went against it, and they kind of, it's like an ego thing. Whatever advice came, they didn't take. They wanted to stay them. All right. Okay. So, what are they thinking about you, and what are they feeling? Oh, all right. So we go from the 5 of Cups to the 6 of Cups. So again, like I say, their current energy was remorse, and they're thinking about reconciliation and reunion, right? This white flower here, I think it's called astragalus, but I don't know. I don't know why I pointed that out. Pointed out for something. So this person is thinking about, they're reflecting, they're thinking back. They want reunion. They're thinking about it. They're thinking about what that looks like. They're thinking about what it would have been like if they had have truly, like what would have grown from these cups if they really had have truly tended to them. They're realizing that the fact that I've never seen this in this card, but there's a guard back here looking away, like walking the other way. They feel like, and he's in blue. So they feel like if they had never rejected their own feelings, if they would have really like allowed themselves to come out of this cold and being confident, look at all this yellow, and being confident to really share their feelings with you. If they had done that, they're thinking about a bountiful life that you guys will be having right now. They're thinking about the fact that you might also even just have a baby. You might have a baby right now at this point. They're thinking about you living in a home and what types of things they would be giving you, right now, if they could have that chance again. So this person thinking about a second chance for sure, and not just in general. Like they're saying to themselves, like, everything that I went through, if I could have this person back, I would wear all of that with a badge of honor. I just heard that very specifically. They said I would wear everything that I've been through with a badge of honor if it meant that my reward was to get another chance and to be able to do it right this time. This person is feeling more confidence. They're like, the lack of confidence, they realize that their lack of confidence and the way that they felt about themselves was why they were acting in this way. They're cloaked in all of that devil energy, fear and resentment and all of that, all right? And then moving on to the Six of Cups, because they're really just thinking about, man, how do I add to instead of taking away this time? That's kind of how that is. So what did they learn while they were gone? Discernment. Wow. How to pick their battles, how to discern between their own projections and true feelings and things that need to be addressed. Okay, so I think a lot of times sixes are here, so there's forgiveness here. So I'm also hearing they're learning when it's time to give up on someone and when to be patient. Okay, some people need love and healing and forgiveness just as much as we do, and actually as much as we want to give it. And if we can discern that that's what's needed in the situation going in, then we can have a more peaceful ride. Whether it lasts 3 months or 10 years, we'll know what we can give to this person and what they can give to us, and that's that, right? So discernment. This person is seeing flaws in the choices that they've made, and they're honestly seeing their own truth right now. So this person has learned, this person has learned there was some type of delusion about what they were actually giving. Okay, so what they would give when they were a single person, kind of like just with their homeboys or with just like, or homegirls, or just random hookups, people they were connected with but not seriously. So what they were offering in those connections, I think what they've learned is that that's not the same thing I can offer. I can't offer that same stuff if I want it to last, if I want it to be stable and strong. I can't give the same thing that I was giving people that I didn't really care about. I have to give more. And so there's one level of discernment that this person is adopting as well, or has adopted. I also feel like this person listened to something from somebody about you, and they took it and ran with it, and then it spiraled into something. And these other people were still involved. They're probably still involved to this very point, and most likely around you, okay? And this person, your person, is awakening to the fact that not only did they betray you, but they set you off. They set you in the midst of wolves, basically. So the very person or people who said something to you, you had nowhere else to go when this person left you. I keep saying the message is coming out, and I'm having to check myself to make sure it's not projections, because it's sounding very, 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 very familiar. Okay, so just excuse me if I start sounding like I'm pulling back or not knowing what to say. But ultimately, it just feels like whatever was said here, whatever this little birdie told this person, they took it. They didn't check to make sure it was true. Whatever this person came with, I think was enough. Like, you just took it. So there's definitely something here where you didn't look underneath it. You didn't look further. You didn't use your own perception of the situation. You or your partner. Okay. Six, 5, 5, 6, 6. So it's definitely okay. So it feels good though. There's some moving out of some pretty kind of like reflective energy, it feels like, and we're moving into some harmony and balance, some peace. What they're feeling about you, because I skipped it. elegance and patience. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. All right. This person feels like, again, that they should have been more patient with you. Going back, some of you, this person could deal with some type of mental health issue, schizophrenia, or multiple personality disorder, OCD, anything like that. This person could deal with those types of things, and those conditions could have been triggered by you somehow. Don't know how, but that person is seeing you as a very patient person. Their heart knows that nobody else, one, would have journeyed with them through whatever, you guys saw together. But also after the fact, after all of this, after whatever this was, a smear campaign or something, after all of that, this person is realizing that there is otherworldly type understanding and patience that is held in this situation by you. All right. Okay, so what's still going to need work when this person comes back? The 8. Okay, so death is 8. This person is still going to be trying to connect with their purpose. This person is still going to be trying to dispel their certain fears. This person deals with depression. This person is likely still going to be processing some of that. And if they walked away from you while you were dealing with some mental health issues, this is all coming back full circle, because now they're aware of a little bit of malfunction or imbalance that they have in their own mind, in their own way of seeing things. So what will still need work is closing out or healing some of these things. Again, for some of this is going to be closing up a lot of childhood stuff. And you can offer some level of understanding to this person regarding this, I believe. I feel like you have a better understanding of them than they have of you. And so when they come back, they'll still be learning that part. They'll still be trying to learn you. Because this whole time, remember, when they did this, they were still smearing, they were still judging. And so they weren't really learning you. They were really just watching, picking up different things, basically just using them for their jokes, And then moving forward, this person is realizing that there's some cleanup that they have to do in their environment, first of all. So this disconnecting, both of you will probably still be trying to disconnect from things that don't serve you guys. So that's still something that's going to be working with you all. And grief. So grief and self-forgiveness. So you and this person maybe will be dealing with forgiving yourselves for how things have played out in the past, and then letting that go. So this will play out with some residual tension, okay? So y'all might have just little triggers here and there, but I think ultimately if we can look at it and say, hey, this is this, and then try to explore it and see why it's still triggering, then you guys are going to be fine. Pick the battles. Some things were totally overlooked in this connection, and totally overlooked and seen as drama or complaining or whatever. Some of those things are going to still need to be healed here, closed out here. All right, so where's this going? Adventure. 5 of Pentacles and past lives, or the Star in reverse. Okay. I think this person, in this connection, both of you are kind of freed from anything that holds you back, okay? I feel like you guys both end up being freed and disconnected from karma from past lives. You guys are going to close this here. You guys are going to complete this cycle, this karmic contract. You guys are going to complete this, and it's not something that's going to have to be redone. Someone could have to leave a child behind in this situation. I know that sounds messed up, but there's something here with kids. One child is the outsider, and then one is embarking on a journey. So also feel like this person's inner child is probably ready for this adventure. Like, hey, come on, let's go. So both of you are probably going to answer this call, you know, to take those leaps of faith, to continue to journey this path. There's going to be lots of people in your environment who feel like you're wrong, both of you, for cutting them out. Also feel like you're going to come out of this feeling here. Some of you are going to realize that this is not your twin flame. Some of you are going to realize it's not your twin flame. And you're going to leave that person sitting right outside when they come back around. They're going to come apologize, but you're going to be like, that's cute. Cool story, bro. So I think that it's not going to continue. And you ultimately will make this choice, it feels, because you're going to forgive. And I think that you're going to acknowledge something that's there for you. You're going to acknowledge that that's something that's closing for you. And it's not to be repeated. All right. Trust. Don't trust what you are being told. There is more to this situation. The answer is within the finer details which are not being shared with you. All right. Let's see. Trust, acceptance, and the red garden as your advice. Okay, acceptance. I do feel like in this here, there's going to be, you're going to definitely offer forgiveness. But I think that because you have learned to love yourself, and you see the extent of this person's involvement in the hardships that you have been experiencing, maybe, or when you find out what took place, it's going to take you into a place of needing to go heal and accept what has just taken place, accept your role in it too as well. For some of you, there's a parrot here. For some of you, there is someone repeating what you say, or copying what you say, copying what you do. But accept that there's only one you, and there's only one, the product of what you put out into the world, only you can put it out. There is some emphasis about fairies here too, by the way. So gossiping friends, accept that as you move away from these people, more people are going to come in. Okay, more people are going to come in to heal, to honor you, to uplift you, to support you, to nurture you. Accept what, because accepting what's going on allows you to move on into the new way. So see yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. Yes, remember who you are. So especially if you've already been doing your healing work and you've already been reaching, making yourself available to help others with theirs, what you need to realize is that this situation, reconciliation or not, is a tool for you to assist those people. So for group 3, honestly, your advice is just to really not trust what you're seeing. I mean, you trust what you're seeing. I think that what's being asked is that you have a certain level of trust in yourself and acceptance of what the universe is doing. Like, the universe is working in your favor, and so you trust that. You accept that if this thing is falling away, or if you accept and trust what you feel when this comes back around. So I think that you've come in touch with yourself. I also feel like we got Red Garden again. Oh, no, that wasn't the last reading, so never mind. But it does feel, though, that there is a sense of needing to surrender and just be cool with how things are playing out. I think that sometimes we find out that someone is doing wrong to us. We feel like we're supposed to act right away. Something has to be done right now, right now, right now. And that's not true. Sometimes we just have to wait, because sometimes it's destined. Like, sometimes this is exactly where we're supposed to be, and the progress that has been made, little or a lot, is exactly what was supposed to be made by this point. I also feel like you are going to be given some flow of love, some type of attention and nurturing that's going to be coming into you. So be receptive to it. You deserve it. And I think that it could come from some type of past, something that you've done, somebody that you've helped in the past, or that you offered advice to in the past. And there's something that comes, some type of acknowledgement of what you were for them or what you did for them. So just be open right now, because this could be more than one person. This could be people flowing into you just to remind you, it's angelic assistance to remind you of how helpful you truly are just when you're just being you. All right, group 3, thank you so much. Everybody who watched through, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you didn't catch it and you would like to take part, at the beginning of the video, there were some intuitive messages that came through songs and fortune cookies. So if you're interested to see if any of those messages resonate with you, go back to the beginning of the video if you just chose a pile, if you skipped through. Please, if any of this resonates with you, just send me a message, comment below, telling me your story. I love, love, love to see them, and I love to share with others, the different scenarios or just ways that things play out. I need to point out something, by the way. This 5 of Pentacles, like, this gate is unlocked, group 3. So if anybody's feeling trapped or not knowing, you just have to look at the problem, not at the fact that you're stuck. Look at the situation and how to get out, not at what you're missing out on. Just look at this. If you're in debt, look at your bank account statements instead of looking at all the trips and everything that everybody else is doing. Look at your stuff. How you can fix yours, because that lock is unlocked, and so all that person has to do is take the lock off and move the chains. It's almost self-imposed prison there. And I think for this one, it's grief and basically like embarrassment, guilt. So, all right, thank you, group 3. Like I said, comment, subscribe, share. Come back. Peace.